It's the start to a new week and I'm so ready and excited for it. We just changed the clocks and gained an hour. The sun is shining bright in the morning, which I absolutely love. I am a morning person and love waking up to a nice, bright, sunshiny day. I have my to-do list ready so I can get myself prepared and ready for the start of the week so we can have a really great week. To start this video, I am going to finish deep cleaning this spot in my rug. My dog, who's sitting here on the couch, her name is Millie, had a little accident. This is honestly only the second time this has ever happened, which is really great. We had a really great experience with her as a puppy. She learned very fast. We had no accidents, and she's been such a good dog. I'm not really sure what happened that she had an accident this time, but here I am. I'm deep cleaning it right now using our shop vac. We do have a carpet cleaner that my husband ran earlier when the accident first happened. And so he used our carpet cleaner, so it was like all soap and everything to get up majority of the stain. Now I'm just sectioning out the water because this rug soaks up so much of it. So I'm using the shop vac as best I can to section up as much water as I can. Now I'm going to use some vinegar and baking powder. This will just help to take the odor out and deep clean it even more, so then Millie or whenever other dogs, we do have a lot of dogs that come over for play dates and family dogs that come over, they won't be attracted to pee in this spot as well. So I'm going to dump all this here, let it sit for a while, and then I'll vacuum it back up with the shop vac. This is my son Luca. He is 1, of course has to be right where I am, always interested in what I'm doing, and of course has to step right in the spot that I'm trying to clean. Thankfully, once I moved, he stopped playing there. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome if you are new. Please consider subscribing. I post every Tuesday and Friday and would love to have you join and not miss out on any video. Subscribing is totally free if you are unaware. It just allows you to see my videos as soon as I post them. They'll come up right on your YouTube feed. There's no cost at all. I do get that question sometimes, so I would love to have you join us. Please subscribe, like this video, and comment introducing yourself below. Now I'm just cleaning out all the dishes that I have here in the sink. I really try my best to keep up with the dishes in the sink, so then the sink is totally clean for whenever we need it. You always need your sink for random things that come up during the day, and it really does get to be a nuisance for me if there are dishes that are sitting there. So I try my best to keep up with this throughout the day. It is a constant task that we have to do, but doesn't take that long, just a couple minutes once you get started. And then for the rest of the day, it's so nice to have a nice clean sink. I hope this video provides you with lots of motivation to get your to-do list done. I hope that you feel like you're just hanging out with a friend. I know cleaning your house and keeping up with the daily tasks can be a struggle with all these chores that we need to get done. So I hope that I can provide you with some motivation and inspiration. Please go back and watch my other videos. I've tried to put in some motivational quotes or just things I've been thinking about to hopefully make your day a little bit brighter and give you something to look forward to in watching my videos. Becoming a mom has been one of the greatest things in my whole life. I have a 1-year-old son, as you saw earlier in this video. He has been such a joy and so much fun. He's learning and growing so quickly and doing all kinds of new things, running around and talking and it has been so much fun. The day-to-day can be a struggle as you kind of feel like you're doing the same things over and over. You get up, you eat, you play, you clean. The cleaning seems to be never ending sometimes. So I hope with this channel to bring some motivation to you, to know that you're not alone. We are all in this together. We're all doing the same things over and over each and every day, and hopefully in the midst of it, bringing some good memories to our children. And I think having and providing a clean home is something that will help them throughout their lives to learn the tasks that they'll have to do as adults and also be able to enjoy their home. As you see on the ground, there are some toys all around, which I don't mind at all. I usually try to let him just play with everything, make a huge mess throughout the day, and then we'll either start cleaning it up together. I don't know if you watch Barney and know the cleanup song, but that's something that we do. I grew up doing that, so now I'm doing that with him. And as soon as I start singing it, he knows to start helping me put things away. Sometimes he has rougher days than others, so I'll just do all the cleaning myself. And being a mom, we like everything to be in its spot. At least that's the way I am. I like to be able to put things where I want them to be, so then the next day he'll know where everything is and that everything has all of its parts and pieces back together so he can play with them again. Leave a comment down below if you are particular about where things go, or if you don't really care and you just throw them in baskets. I hear as your journey as a mom goes, you kind of get to that point where you stop caring as much and you just clean it up and put it in the baskets. And then the children can figure out where the pieces all are as they get older. But for now, he's younger, so I'm just trying my best to enjoy every moment, even the moments of cleaning up all of his toys or all of the dishes that he creates throughout the day with all the meals and snacks that he has, because I know it's going to go by fast, and one day I'll look back and miss these little moments. I put all the dishes that were here on this rack away. Now I'm going to clean the drying rack. It usually is just covered in coffee grounds that are left over from the coffee filter. So I'm just gonna scrub it down so then I can put it away. Now I'm going to scrub out the sink. I'm using the Dawn Power Wash. This stuff is really great. If you haven't tried it, it cleans really well and leaves the sink nice and shiny. I'm just spraying it in here, and now I'm going to scrub down the sink really well. There's lots of research on how dirty sinks are. Some say that sinks are actually dirtier than toilets, which is absolutely disgusting since this is where we clean all the dishes that we eat off of. So I scrub down my sink every single day and make sure that it is as clean as possible. I have been using the Dawn Power Wash for a little bit now, and I think this does a really great job. Sometimes when I do a really big deep cleaning of it, I've used the Barkeeper's Friend. I like that a lot too. That scrubs down and cleans really well if you haven't tried it. Now I'm gonna go around the kitchen and clean off all of the countertops. We have 2 crock pots out right now, one right there in front of me, and there's one on the other countertop on the other side of the kitchen. They have 2 different hams that my husband is cooking for a Friendsgiving that we went to later this day that I filmed. It was really fun. If you are going to a Friendsgiving, comment down below and let us know what dish that you bring to these. We decided to do hams for this Friendsgiving since on Thanksgiving we'll have turkey. We try to do different types of foods when we have Friendsgivings that we do. We've done some in the past where we'll do like a pot roast or we'll do a lasagna just to mix it up so that the whole month of November we're not just eating turkey. Now I'm going to clean off this coffee cart that we have. There is always coffee grounds on here that spill over, so it gets really dirty pretty easily. We have honey and tea on this coffee cart as well, so the honey sometimes drips over and makes some sticky spots on this cart. I got this cart a few years ago from Marshall's. It was a super great find. We had it in our condo that we used to live in before we moved to this house, and it worked really well there, and we have used it here as well since we had this open space at this end of our kitchen. We put this here, and it works really great to hold our coffee and tea. I used to have more things in the baskets down below before having a child, but now with him, he just plays with everything that is in these baskets. So it's just gotten to be less and less of things in here that I leave in here. I'm sure as he gets older, I'll get back to restocking things. I usually put teas and different flavors of coffee down here in these shelves that I put baskets in. The baskets I believe I got from Marshall's. We also have a store called Ocean State Job Lot. I think I may have picked up a few from there as well if you're looking for baskets. Now I'm going to clean off the front of the appliances. All of our appliances are stainless steel and they show every single little fingerprint. So I make sure to clean these off at least once a week, if not as often as I can. If there's little spills or the fingerprints are just glaring obvious at me, sometimes I can't stand it, so I clean them off multiple times throughout the week to make sure that they're nice and clean and shiny. Millie loves that we have this sliding glass door right here. She sits here a lot throughout her days and looks out hoping to see something pop out of the woods. A couple days ago, we had 2 huge deers. It looked like a mom and a little baby. It was so cute, but she was like freaking out because she just wants to go out and make friends with them or chase them. I really have no idea what she's thinking, but she loves friends. We have a lot of friends and family who have dogs, and they come over and have play dates with her, which is always so cute. She runs really fast and will wrestle and play all day if she could. Leave this video a thumbs up to say hi to Millie. Now I'm making Luca's lunch. I just made him macaroni and cheese. We always use the Annie's box macaroni and cheese. I figured I'd put this in here as I'm adding in some of the butternut squash cubes that I made in my last Sunday reset. So go back and watch that after you finish this video if you have not seen how I do this. I always have cubed butternut squashes in the freezer so then I can use them in dishes like this, so then I can sneak in some vegetables for Luca. This works really great for macaroni and cheese. As you can see, it doesn't change the color at all. It makes the macaroni and cheese so much creamier, and he really enjoys this a lot. So I just wanted to put this in here if you're looking for a trick to provide more vegetables for your children. I'm going to go over the fridge and make sure everything in here is still good, see if there's anything expired that I need to get rid of, or if there's any food that we didn't get to finish. Unfortunately, this week got a little away from us and there was a couple things. Most times we try to buy as minimal ingredients as we need to make recipes or things we know for sure we're going to go through so that we're not wasting anything. I'm just gonna go through here, see what we have, and then combined my list of foods that we need to get from the grocery store for our meal plan this week. I sit down at the beginning of each month and plan our meals for the month. I usually aim to plan 4 meals per week, just in case something comes up during the week. I don't overplan, so then we don't overbuy food, or sometimes you're just more tired, so then you end up just making something easy like grilled cheese or quesadillas or something, and switch up what you had on your plan. But my goal for most months is to at least sit down, have a plan on the calendar for the entire month with 4 meals per week, so then each week we're not sitting there asking each other, what are we gonna have for dinner? What do you want to do? Because that seems to take us much more time than me just doing it one time for the entire month. So as I clean out the fridge, which I do once a week as well, I also see if there's anything from the week before that we didn't use that's still good, because sometimes we'll switch it up during the week depending on if a late meeting comes up or something, we get invited out to do something, or just sometimes things come up and the week ends up changing, so then we change what our meals were for that day. We'll do something easier, or we'll change it up, or maybe we'll go out instead of eating in. So if we do have leftovers, sometimes I'll change up what I have for the upcoming week to use whatever vegetables or anything that we had left over in the fridge from the week before. Now I'm just making my grocery list. I went through the fridge so I know what I need to get to restock that. I'm looking at our meal plan for the week to figure out what we're gonna have and what we need, and I'll also go through the pantry to see if there's anything I need to restock there. Now I'm going back in the living room to use the shop vac and get up all the baking powder that I used. The baking powder really helps to dry out the area. So if you do have any spots that you need to clean on your carpets, I really suggest using the vinegar and baking powder to clean it. It works really well. I do my best to use the shop vac as opposed to my regular vacuum, as the baking powder can clog up your vacuum and end up breaking it. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. During my Sunday resets, I always try to bake something. I like to have something fresh baked, a treat for us to have throughout the week, whether that's cookies or muffins, or in today's case, I'm making a banana chocolate chip zucchini bread. I love to do this because this is another way that I can sneak some vegetables into my son by adding zucchini into this bread. I'll leave the recipe down in the comments below if you'd like to try it. I enjoy baking a lot more than I do cooking. I do have a bunch of videos with me cooking, as dinner is something that we have to cook every single day, and I'm trying my best to enjoy it a little bit more. Thankfully, we have Pinterest so I can find some more exciting recipes. I think I like baking more though because I do like having a recipe. I like to follow it. I do follow it exact. I'm not that creative or understand how to incorporate spices to make things taste better. That's just not something that I know how to do or am very good at. So I think that's why I like baking better, because it's always a recipe, you follow it, you have to have it exact, otherwise it won't come out right. And it just is a lot more comfortable for me to work that way as opposed to trying to make something up, which my husband is really great at, which is why he is such a better cook than I am. He can just have a bunch of ingredients and make something out of nothing. It always comes out tasting so great. And I'm been very spoiled over the years of him being able to cook, but like I said, I'm doing my best trying to become a better cook. Leave a comment down below. Do you prefer cooking or baking? I'd love to know. Since the crock pot is sitting where I usually put my stand mixer, I'm using my hand mixer today. I do love having both options. It's nice to be able to switch up if I need to, or sometimes it is easier to use a hand mixer than to use the stand mixer. I usually use the stand mixer when baking. It's just kind of easier to let it go, and then I can kind of clean up while things are blending, but having the hand mixer is really nice too. I usually use it when making mashed potatoes. That's the time I most often use it, or if you're doing like homemade whipped cream, it's really nice to use it. It just blends things up really, really smooth. So I'm very appreciative to have both options. I'm peeling the zucchini, and then I'm going to use this hand grater to grate it up into small little pieces. Once I had this done, I did squeeze out as much water as I could. You can do this either using like a tea cloth or a cheesecloth if you have it. Anyway, works fine. You just want to get out as much moisture as possible, so just like squeeze it over the sink. I didn't record myself doing that. But you want to do that so it's as dry as possible when you add it into the bread. I'm adding together the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. I put in the zucchini and my favorite part, the chocolate chips. I am a big chocolate lover. If I have a bread or a cookie or anything like that, I prefer to have chocolate, because if it doesn't, then what's the point in even having a cookie? Now into the oven, and it baked for 45 minutes. I let it cool for a few minutes. Now I'm going to flip it over and pray that it comes out in one piece, and thankfully it did. I have had where it's come out crumbles because I didn't grease the pan well enough, but today thankfully I did, so we have this beautiful bread to look at. This is so delicious. It's one of my favorite things to make. I highly recommend you give it a try, and if you don't like chocolate chips, you can omit that. You can add walnuts if you wanted to. It is so good. I think you'll really love it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Have a great rest of your week.